Bay Packers. For the first time this Sunday, Rodgers spent the first 18 years of his career in Green Bay before being traded to the Jets in 2023. However, when asked yesterday, Rodgers insisted that Sunday is not a revenge game.
I don't have any animosity toward the organization. Obviously, I wish that, things have been better in our last year there, but, I have a great relationship with a lot of people still in that organization. And this is not a revenge game for me. I'm just excited to see some of those guys and be on Sunday Night Football again.
Okay, well, I know that Aaron Rodgers is not going to say it's a revenge game. However, we know he's been there 18 seasons with the Green Bay Packers. So, Cam, are you buying what Aaron Rodgers is selling right now?
Hell no. But because at the end of the day, you have to think about what Aaron Rodgers feels and has felt. So you mean to tell me you didn't think that I still had it? Mm-hmm. Hey, so you chose that over this. I kept my receipts, and I'm coming to cash in. You dig what I'm saying? So, yes, he doesn't want to make it about him. Nevertheless, as the competitor, you have to take certain things personal, and that's what creates that edge. If you don't think Aaron Rodgers is going into this game without saying to himself, oh, I want to show you guys that you were wrong about me. Mm-hmm. It could be love, and like I say, the professionalism in him does not want to make this a distraction about him versus them. It's more about how can I be the best version of myself to show that I'm still that guy.
I don't disagree. Only thing that I would say to y'all is sort of the Jet experience sort of took some of the luster off. Yeah. If he had gone from Green Bay to Pittsburgh looking like he's looking, and then you're going to play against the Packers, that would be different. But to go to New York and to have the experience in New York that he had, it actually added credence to some of the skepticism about him that the Green Bay Packers had at that time. In terms, you got to remember, they weren't talking about him, Cam, just as a thrower of the football. Yeah. They were talking about him wanting more say, wanting to lead, wanting to assist in making decisions. Like he brought Nathaniel Hackett with him, and so they were talking about those kind of things too. And he kind of proved their point a little bit.
Let me ask you this question.
A little bit.
Let me ask you this question. Yeah. Looking now at what the Jets were and have been.
Yes. It's not his fault.
Do you blame him?
Yeah,
no, not at all.
So now when you sit up here and you say, hey, RC, hey, I'm bringing you on, bro. Like, we need you to be you. And you're experiencing these things, and you're saying, like, no. We have to change. They're 0-7 right now. Yes. All right? Their starting quarterback that they thought, and even he said, hey, we're going a different direction. Do you blame him when somebody is really bullish and saying we have to win this type of way and we're not having winning recipes or tendencies to actually win? So I wouldn't put that too much against him. Now, if the Jets was like 6-1, 7-0, yeah, you could consider that. But they're 0 for right now.
Well, I mean, listen, the Aaron Rodgers piece of it is like he's the most petty human we've ever had.
Oh my goodness.
Like I'm saying, Aaron Rodgers held it against the San Francisco 49ers for 2 decades that they didn't draft him. Yeah. Right, that he fell to the mid-20s. Like, he played with that chip on his shoulders. After Super Bowls, after 4 MVPs, he still felt the same way. He doesn't necessarily need a real meaning to being petty, to being upset, to wanting to show up and be the best quarterback on the field. Hell yeah, all of us, when I was in Pittsburgh, every time we played Washington, somebody had to see it. Yes. Right? And when we played the New York Giants and Tom Coughlin was on that sideline after, I know he told me that I couldn't make it in this league. Every hit I made, I looked right at him. Right. Because you remember those things. You feel those things fuel you. Because if you put your entire life into being one thing, and somebody in particular tells you you are no longer that thing, you want to show them every opportunity you get. And so where it's not Aaron Rodgers versus Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers versus Matt LaFleur, it is Aaron Rodgers going back to a place and playing against a team that told him he no longer was the guy that he believes he was. And I know that has to fuel him in some way.
So which quarterback, Cam, do you trust more in this matchup? Is it Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love?
I'm going with A-Rod.
Yeah.
Now, I'll trust A-Rod more, but I like Jordan Love's amenities. Amina. Mom Duke's here, so I can't call you.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. There you go.
But what I will say is Aaron Rodgers is playing a good brand of ball, right? That's not to say Jordan Love isn't.
Right.
But the way Aaron Rodgers has played, it looks almost vintage A-Rod, making plays outside the pocket. The guys are now understanding them because when you play with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, he's not your prototypical guy for obvious reasons. When he scrambles, he's expecting you to still stay alive and to stay active. Receivers need to understand that. And once you start to play at that type of frequency, now that's when you start to get scared.
Here's where I'm at with it, man. I'm going to go with Love as the answer to this question. By default. Because I don't trust that damn Steelers defense. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with what I see from the Steelers defense. As a matter of fact, I don't even recognize them. You understand? And that's a subject that RC is going to have to explain, okay? Because anybody that talks to him about this stuff, we hate this stuff like that. I'm looking at the Steelers defense. I'm like, who the hell are they? Where Hayward at? Where TJ at? Where's Highsmith at? Where these cats at? They're passing on them. They can't get stops. For years, we looked at the Steelers and we said they need a quarterback. Big Ben Roethlisberger last 2 years, might as well have retired. He's going to the Hall of Fame. We appreciate him, but damn it, 2 years too late, okay? Everybody, don't get me started with the names. Okay, Mason Rudolph, Metro Trubisky. I mean, don't get me started, okay? And we finally get Aaron Rodgers, who's balling.
Yeah.
And they look like this. Nah, I don't like it. I'm not happy at all. And as far as I'm concerned, listen, everybody ain't Cincinnati. I get that part. Everybody don't have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. But in the same breath, Green Bay is no slouch. They can ball. And Jordan Love can ball. And against this Steelers defense, unless it shows up and remembers who the hell they supposed to be as a franchise, why would I side with Rodgers over Love in this particular matchup? Rodgers ain't got to go against that defense. Love does.
That's what I was going to say. Individually, I trust Aaron Rodgers more because he's proven more. Jordan Love going to have the better game. There ain't no way you watch Joe Flacco last week and say to yourself, this is a defense you can count on. And you're right. They do have future Hall of Famers in T.J. Watt. You have Cam Hayward. You've went out and you've added Patrick Queen, who's played well this season. You got Jalen Ramsey, Hall of Famer. You got Darius Slay. He's been an All-Pro. Joey Porter Jr., a guy that's up and coming in this league to be a #1. And you put that on tape?
Yes.
If I'm Jordan Love, if I'm Josh Jacobs, if I'm Romeo Dobbs, if I'm Matthew Golden, this a week I'm about to get right.
That's right.
I'm calling all the fantasy owners and be like, hey, I got y'all this week.
Slow down.
I said fantasy owners.
Slow down.
You heard me say fantasy owners.
The time cannot be the word. Inside of trading, I'm like, what?
Everybody, hold on.
We don't want to do that. We don't want to go there.
Step away from it. Look.
What I will say is this. If I'm Jordan Love, I'm eating popcorn watching last week's game saying, Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco did that? Say less. Hold my lemonade.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because he should be able to do, egregious work to this dormanted secondary from the Steelers. But I hate to say it like that way because last week we was extremely critical on Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
The competitor.
He can finna come back.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And by the way, everybody ain't Jamar Chase. As a matter of fact, nobody's Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
So he don't have to worry about facing that at against Green Bay this week. But still, it was a line of tape.
But this is...
And he's part of the line of that tape. Listen, they threw the ball at him 23 times, okay? I mean, you can't knock him. He actually didn't do that bad considering. But the bottom line is, it's a line team.
The thing is this, though, and this is my belief. I do believe that Mike Tomlin is one of the greatest message senders in all of football.
Okay.
He ain't got to send a message this week. If he got to walk into that building, if he got to walk into that facility and get these players tapped in, get them focused to go play this game, he's lost already.
Yeah.
When you let Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, hell, Yoshi Voss, when you let those people do what they did to you last week, Nah, they stole something from you. The whole air of what the Steel Curtain used to be or what we were in the 2000s, you don't get to live off of that, right? The same way when we stepped on the field, Joe Green wasn't finna come out there and help us. Mel Blount wasn't finna come out there and help us.
Greenwood,
right?
Jack Ham, Lambert.
Jack Ham, Lambert, none of those. And guess what? They not coming to save this Steeler team anyway.
That's right.
So if I'm Omar Khan, if I'm Mike Tomlin, all those decisions I made in the offseason, this is the week they show up. They show up through play, execution, effort, and leadership.
Especially when you know on the other side, Micah Parsons going to show up.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you just going to just let him show you up? I mean, do something about it. Do something.
Yeah. Look,
they better come with the same plan they came with for Myles Garrett.
Yeah. I will say this, though. Jordan loves Sunday Night Football. In the last 4 games, he's had 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, so maybe
Thanks a lot, Amina.
I'm just saying, I just wanted to throw it out there, throw the numbers out there.
She does. She does deliver bad news. She does deliver bad news.
Sometimes I
really does.
Look, we're hanging out here at Legion Field. Everybody is hyped up, ready for this weekend, guys. Back to the NFL, guys. The Cowboys are on the road to face the Broncos this weekend, with both teams coming off of impressive wins. Dallas took down the Commanders in their most complete game of the season. Meanwhile, Denver staged a comeback for the ages, scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Giants. But when these two teams face off on Sunday, it will be strength versus strength. The Cowboys are scoring the second most points in the NFL this season at just 31 points per game, a little bit over that, with the Broncos allowing the fourth fewest at just over 18 a game. RC, I'll start with you. Are you taking the Cowboys or the Broncos?
I'm taking the Broncos, but barely. Barely. And here's the thing, right? The Cowboys' offense is bona fide. I believe it's the best offense in all of football with what Javonte Williams can do. Obviously, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on the outside, but this is a defense that's been Swiss cheese. And I know we're going to point to last week against the Washington Commanders and say, well, look at the way they stepped up. Yeah, but look who the Washington Commanders didn't have. And this is no disrespect to Robbie Chosen, but this is a guy who shows up last week, and he's thrust into action. He's playing like the number one. What are you going to do when you're playing against Cortland Sutton, when it's Bo Nix and Sean Payton's offense that we watch be explosive late in games? Now, here's what they can't do. They can't come out there and play for 3 quarters like they did against the Eagles and like they did against the New York Giants. If the Denver Broncos allow the Dallas Cowboys to get up like that, with that offense, the onslaught will not stop. But I do take the Broncos by a slight edge headed into the weekend.
I wouldn't say that, man, because we just seen Jersey in the crowd, man. That Quavius.
We got a Dak Quavius.
So,
Quavius jersey back there. We got a Dak Quavius jersey back there. I know that's right.
I'm telling you, he has been playing at a level that we've never seen him play. I've said this time and time again. And the thing about it is, defense wins championships, offense wins games. Well, this ain't a championship, so the Dallas Cowboys has what it takes to out-duel with anybody. I do not think Bo Nix has it in his arsenal to really go shot for shot versus a Dallas team or offensive firepower. Now, I'm high on Bo. I'm high on the offense of Denver, the team holistically. But when you start to see CeeDee Lamb come back in and he's playing at a high level, George Pickens playing at a high level, it's tic-tac-toe, where do I want to go? And that's what Dak has been doing this year.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Certain things in life are very, very simple. If the Carolina Panthers could do it to Dallas on their home turf a couple weeks ago, why the hell can't the Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
Because the Carolina Panthers ain't the Denver Broncos. And so the way I look at it, I get where you're coming from. And obviously, CeeDee Lamb wasn't back at that particular moment in time, if I remember correctly. But the bottom line is this. With Pickens, with CeeDee Lamb, with Javonte Williams running the football effectively, with an offensive line that looks respectable, we get it. And Dak Prescott is a top 2 candidate for league MVP honors. I understand that. But you're on the road, in the mile-high city, in the altitude, the whole 9. Denver is a bona fide playoff caliber team. Yeah. Okay, their defense is real. Offensively, they can do some things. There is no, if I'm the Denver Broncos, I'm like, if the Carolina Panthers can handle their business, why the hell can't we? And if that's not a question they can answer, that's on them.
And they've been a different team on the road aside from the New York Jets game. And I think that's the big thing. But I do know this, Stephen A. If the Dallas Cowboys go win this game, we're going to be looking for you like we looking for the bottom half of Cam Payne.
I was just about to say that. To go into Denver and win that game, what does that mean for Dallas? I'm saying it's just like we talked about the postseason and things like that. If Dallas is able to go into Colorado and win that game,
this is what people like RC and them miss from time to time. I am not sad about the Cowboys. You got to remember, last year they stunk up the joint very, very early. It was nothing intriguing about them. I don't want them meaning their fans. You got that disgusting, nauseating fan base that gets on my last damn nerves. It's all trolling. I love trolling them. I want to see them crying. I want to see them miserable. I don't want to see
San Francisco that year.
That's right. Oh, it's hilarious. That's hilarious. It's the most beautiful moment. I mean, did you see cats sitting over the railing, grown-ass men crying? It was hilarious. I mean, it's beautiful. I don't want you falling off a curb. If you're the Cowboys, I want you falling off the roof. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and win these games. Get to the playoffs. Be excited. Hell, go ahead and win the NFCs. Knock yourself out. Just as long as you live up to form, once the playoffs arrive, I am good. So it doesn't bother me.
I think before the season, Cam, we talked about what Dak Prescott could do with this offense. We talked about leadership, the way that he needed to step up. To me, Dak is proving that he's worth the money. That's the question you're going to be asked when you get $60 million a year. Are you worth the money? Can you carry an offense? Can you carry a team? And can you also lead in the manner that somebody that has been gifted and given and blessed and earned that sort of contract? And I believe Dak Prescott has proven that above and beyond this year thus far.
Man, I don't know where these sources is coming from, but, man, if this were to happen, Stephen Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Ryan Terry. Amina.
Look at
If they could get Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, all right.
But see, how does Jerry Jones look if this offense is prolific and it propels them to new heights, meaning the playoffs? RC made the point you still needed a Micah Parsons, no doubt. But if you go out and get a Max Crosby, if he's less than what Micah was going to cost you,
yes,
and you win come playoff time, win a game or two, you can't say nothing to
Is Jerry Jones capable of saying, I made a mistake?
No.
Right? Because that's what, he? So he's like Stephen A. then?
No, not at all. I mean, he's my Libra brother. He's my Libra brother.
He's like Stephen A.
He's my Libra brother, but I am a humble man. I am a humble man. You understand? I have my moments. I'm not perfect. I'm pretty damn close, but I'm not perfect. You understand?
But understand, even in the offseason, Max Crosby has made it abundantly clear that he wants to do what? Win,
yeah.
Well, he ain't going to win in Vegas.
Exactly. Yeah. So now he's not going to win in Vegas because now you have another situation that is constantly coming up. Why am I not in the playoffs? Okay, now you get an opportunity to get traded to a team that potentially is what you were looking for. And still, it also has collateral to say, what does the Las Vegas Raiders get? Picks.
But here's the other piece of that, right? He said he wants to win a championship, but he's also said he wants to be a Raider for life. So which
he's
one?
Lying. About the second part.
Right, so it's Max
you can't. Nobody can want to be a Raider for life.
Here's the thing. So is he going to choose loyalty or legacy? That's going to be the question for him.
What loyalty? I mean, loyalty to the Raiders? This Raiders?
Yeah, you got to think about
Al Davis, God rest his soul, he been gone a while. Mark Davis ain't Al Davis, okay? And Tom Brady, we appreciate everything that he's done. Damn it, you know what? He needs to have more say. Be in that move a little bit more.
Al Davis ain't never had Mark Davis haircut.
You know what? Look, I just know I'll be tuned in. If the Cowboys do win that game against the Broncos, y'all, I'm going to be glued to my TV screen because I want to see what you got to say, Stephen.
Girl, hopefully my jaw will be better by the end of the damn root canal, man. It's killing me.
All right, guys, how we feeling out here in the crowd? How y'all feeling?
You know?